Hey guys, I just wanted to go over a couple things real quick with the Crossfire. This one and the Bifin, and also the final block baits. We'll start with the Crossfire. So basically, if you're treating bed bugs, to really get a good hold on them, and this is just my personal experience from being in the pest control field, when you're dealing with bed bugs, they tend to go to every crack and crevice, especially if it's a bad problem. If you got a bunch of them, which I haven't seen a whole lot of bad ones yet being here, but anyway, people come and they go, oh, we got a couple bed bugs here and there. You go in there and you may find a couple in a mattress corner under a pleat. When I say pleat, I'm talking about that sewed part around the mattress on the top and the bottom of it. That's your pleat. You lift it up and down. So when you're mixing this stuff, you don't want to overmix it. You don't want to undermix it. You want to hit the label exactly, exactly what it's labeled at. So it's 13 ounces per gallon. So you mix a gallon at a time, half a gallon at a time, and you just want to make sure it's all about how you apply this stuff. It's not how much you spray, how much you flood it, what you don't want to do. It's how you apply this, and a lot of it has to do with the tip on the actual apparatus you're using. So you really want to get a good fan spray, and I would say probably, if you could get a good 4-inch fan spray, that's good. Because if you over apply, if you got like a big old puddle of it on a mattress or something, they're gonna sense where that's at, so they'll go around it. And trying to get bed bugs to crawl through it, is your main objective without knowing it's there. So when you're spraying this, mix a gallon of it up, half a gallon, however, if we work at a hotel, so I mean the units are pretty small, so I can't really see using more than a half gallon at a time. If you are, you're probably over applying and just wasting the money. So I would say mix a half gallon of it up. If you can get one of these sprayers, hold on, which I've seen Sue have quite a few of these around, so this is what we've been using. We've had really good luck with this so far. Seems to work pretty well for us. So yeah, mix a half gallon of it up, go up there, and personally, this is what I do. So the first thing I do is I will strip the bed 100%. So that's the sheet, the cover, pillowcases, comforter, put the pillows on the table or whatever. You could treat the pillows too, but you don't want to spray. I should say this first. You do not want to spray the entire mattress. Everybody gets it really messed up when they start thinking that way. It's not safe. It's dangerous. You will get people sick, I promise. So the pleat of the mattress. Now the box spring, you're not supposed to spray the whole thing, but if it has a box spring, I do, because from what I've seen here, that's where the bed bugs problems are coming from, is because bed bugs can live up to 18 months without feeding. So you could take it outside, put it in the sun, let it sit there. If it's not there for 18 months, I don't care what anybody says. I've seen this time and time again. They will live and they will reinfest. So that's a big thing, is you got to make sure you treat that box spring too. But back to what I was saying before. So strip everything, put it all in a bag. If the problem's real bad, you tell the guests, bag up all your clothing, personal belongings like that, anything with cloth on it. Wash it with hot water, double dry it, triple dry it, make sure they die. Because anything below 147 degrees doesn't like to kill them. I don't know what the dryer goes up to, but if you do it 2 or 3 times, generally they die. I found dead ones in the lint trap every now and then. But yeah, so clothing, bedding, get it out. And then treat the top of the pleat on the mattress first. Flip the mattress up, treat the bottom of the pleat. You can double spray the top one and the bottom one. Okay, push it against the wall. Spray the top of the box spring around the edge. If the box spring has plastic corners on it, peel the plastic corners back, spray behind them, flip it up. If it's got the lining on the back, strip it off, all the way off. Peel up all the corners on the box spring, treat all that, every crack and crevice in that sucker. So where all the wood joints are, where the cross members come down and across, treat every one of those. And spraying there, not super heavy. Like I said, don't flood it, but just get a good barrier on there. You can push that against the wall. If it's on a metal frame, I've never really seen bed bugs infest a metal frame before, just because it's metal. but you could give it a light coating. Get that out of the way. With the carpets that we have in the hotels so far, I know a lot of them, like PSS has wood floors or whatever, hardwood floors or whatever they are. DC, we're going to that commercial carpet, that Sue buys, which is really easy to treat around because it doesn't really, it's on the floor, but it's easy to remove. But so get the bed done first, and then I always move to the perimeter of the room. So kind of get all the joints. If there's base in there, spray all the base. You can even peel up the corners, spray underneath those. And the objective really, you could put down chemical, and then like what I've seen, like when I was going to the pest control expos and stuff like that, they want you to get them to move. So like putting the chemical down and then having something to make them move, like heat. So the bed bug machine, which you're supposed to get, that's supposed to heat up to 145 degrees. It's really hard to use at DC because we don't have enough power to do it. Art and I tried to figure it out, but it just keeps blowing breakers. So another way too, like for a direct kill, like immediately, is this stuff, Bifin. It is labeled for bed bugs. You mix it 1 ounce per gallon, and that's the high rate, so that's like 1% or 0.05, I think, actually, and that's per gallon. So if you see them moving, you could actually, spray them and it'll kill them on contact. The Crossfire, the reason I like to use that more is, also is because it's got an 18-month residual. So that's what's really great about the Crossfire. It lasts a long time. It works really well. And I'll put this out there too. So bed bugs have a, chemical kills them, but they also secrete their own chemical that will push our chemical off of them. So that's why they're really evasive. Like they can push our chemical off them, and they will live. They can live longer that way. But the Crossfire literally melts their exoskeleton. So on contact, it's like, And Crossfire makes really good products. They have the concentrate. They got aerosols. They got foaming agents. It works. It's just really good stuff. Problem is, I think this stuff is like $400 a gallon. So that's why I can't stress enough. Do not overspray because it's really expensive. But if you use it the right way and you read the label like you're supposed to, it will last a long time. It will work, and then you can get rid of this problem easy. I don't know how bad it's been at other locations. I know here we've had a couple incidences where it's been pretty bad. We had a hard time getting rid of them, so we started getting rid of all the box springs, building platforms with just mattresses on top. That's worked really well. And then also, and if the problem is really bad, like if you go in there and they got, you lift a mattress and you see a couple hundred bed bugs, it's a real bad problem. So, strip the bed, do the mattress, do the box spring, do the perimeter around the base, lift the carpet edges, spray underneath, pull the outlet covers, because you can see where bed bugs are. If I had a pen, I could draw it up, but they look like little black specks, and that's their fecal matter that they leave behind. So you can tell, I'm sure a lot of you guys know what they look like and know what they leave behind and how they function, somewhat. But yeah, I pull outlet covers, I spray behind them. I don't normally go above my waist because they don't really go up that high. So, and if they do, it's really bad. So anyway, yeah, outlet covers, perimeters, the beds is a big target. Clothing, bedding, stuff like that has to be, like triple washed, triple dried, however you want to go about that. Get them off of them, get them dead. I don't treat bedding because it's per the label, you're not supposed to. And if for some reason, something happened, an inspector came in, that would hurt for sure. And talking big fines, stuff like that. And I've been to all the expos, I've had my state licensing, I've done all that. So just from personal experience, I know this works, and if you do it, it will work out. And the bed bug machine is probably the best bet to get it moving since we don't have a fogging unit. And I guess I could explain it real quick anyway. A fogging unit is it's got a canister with a pump in it, and it pumps pressure into the canister and turns whatever you put in it into a fogging agent, which usually they use a chemical called ULD BP100, and it just emits a fog which sucks the oxygen out of the air, and it makes the insects move. To fresh air, obviously, so it brings them out of their hiding spots. So that's also another thing to maybe think about too. It really, I mean, it's expensive, but it works in the long run. You won't have bugs, guaranteed. Anyway, let's move on to the next, which is these. Give me a minute. These are final bait blocks for rats and mice. I've had really good luck with that product too. I did my route when I did pest control was mainly out in like the desert area, you know, Concho, Vernon, Springerville, St. John's, Pine Top Lakeside, Holbrook, Joe City, Sanders. I was all over the place. Anyway, the bait box worked good. Now the ones that we had here and I've seen around other locations are the Tomcat ones. Yeah, they might work a little bit, but generally how it works is with those, you know, they obviously the company wants to sell bulk, so you know they make it work a little bit, but just enough to kill a couple so you can come back and buy more. Those red blocks, they will kill them immediately. They will. Rats and mice can't regurgitate what they eat, so when they eat it, they can't regurgitate it, and it literally dries them out from the inside. You know, it's what it is. But I wanted to kind of go over how to use them because I feel like people get the wrong idea about bait. They're just like, oh, okay, yeah, give me some bait and I'll throw it in my house. No, don't do that. Because here's the deal. If you use the bait inside the unit, they will die in the unit. And if it dies in a wall or a ceiling, you're going to go through hell trying to find it because they smell bad. I don't know if you guys have smelled dead rats and mice. I'm sure everybody has. They smell terrible. Anything dead doesn't smell wonderful, does it? So we don't throw blocks in the house, or we don't throw blocks in any units because they will die in the walls, and it sucks to deal with that. And I personally have had to dig them out in big houses in Torreon, all that kind of stuff, you know, because it doesn't just kill mice; it'll kill squirrels, it'll kill dogs, it'll kill cats too. So you got to be really careful what you're doing with this stuff too. Have I done it? Yes, I have. Only if I really had to. Now, if there's no pets or anything like that, you know, and the problem's real bad and they're just complaining real bad, you know, you could maybe throw one behind a fridge. But I don't recommend that though at all. But, you know, this is all from personal experience. Now, the bait boxes on the outside of the unit, like on the outside of the building, if you have bait boxes, I put usually, you know, 3 to 6 blocks in a bait box. Generally, they'll hold up to 6. I don't have a bait box to show, but what it is, it's just a box, you know, in this side, out this side, or there's two inlets. They go in, up a little ramp and inwards, and there's usually like 3 or 4 stakes you could put the blocks on. But I've had really good luck with the final blocks. If you keep checking the boxes, if you fill them up and you have them placed on the outside of the building, you know, you could get away with, like on DC, I know I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 boxes on the whole building, except for I think I got it right, like except Art's apartment it stops at, which I probably need like 2 more bait boxes. But the rat and mice problem has been dying down. I don't like to throw bait blocks in the attic because, like I said, if they die up there, it's going to smell bad until they rot away. So it's really hard to deal with that kind of stuff. Now, you can, if they're, this is what I do. If they're really bad, I get these. These are Catchmaster glue boards. They're scented like peanut butter. I've had really good luck with these. So, and these are really awesome. They work for insects too. So, like if, well, that's besides the point. Anyway, you can fold these up. They kind of, you could fold them up into a box, kind of. See, they're like a, dang it, hold on. There we go. Anyway, okay, something like that. Anyway, they fold up into a box. You can just lay them out flat. Dogs don't like these because they get stuck to their foot, but it won't kill them. And that's what I aim for. I don't want to harm anything. I don't want people to get hurt by what I'm doing, which is a big deal. You know, to me personally, it is. So glue boards, bait on the outside of the building. I have taken care of many rat and mice problems doing this exact thing, and I have references and everything too to prove that. So I know it works. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. So any questions, comments, you guys know where I'm at. Get a hold of me if you need anything else further. Thank you. Have a good day.